Everyone, it's Roberta. I thought I'd make an ATC today. And this is half of a manila file folder. And if you look closely, you can see they're die cuts like this butterfly, or die cut remnants from like a tree branch, scraps of paper, all kinds of different little things that all I did was glue it down, and it's layers and layers and layers over it. Then I gessoed it, added glue all over it, just regular school glue, and just spread it all over and added 2 shades of paint, the blue and the green, and just mixed it with the glue and allowed it to dry. And so this is what I ended up with. It's kind of thick. And so right now what I'm going to do is cut it into ATCs, and then with one of them I'm going to make an ATC today. And I'm not going to cut all of it into ATCs, just a couple of them. And the first thing is just to cut it into ATC size. And this is not easy to cut into because there's so many layers. Alright, I think I finally got it. And here you can see the different layers of it. So right now I'm cutting just the width to 3.5, and I'm going to make it even on this side. I cut a little bit larger so that I could trim this edge off. And this is the excess. And I saved that. I can probably use it for something at some point. And the one I'm going to cut for the ATC today is this side. And so it's going to be 2.5 wide. And I need to cut it just a little bit large because it's a little wonky on that side. Okay, so I have 2.5 by 3.5, and this will be an ATC. And you can see it's got a little hole here, a little opening. Just makes it unique. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some gesso over it, because even though I've got it colored does not mean that's the color that I actually want it to be. So I'm going to add just a bit of gesso over it. The color is kind of dark, and this way I can lighten it up. And I picked a couple of colors. A little bit lighter than the shade that were on there earlier. And what I like about doing it this way is that it's Not any particular pattern. It's just playing around and having fun and coming up with something. Right now I'm just trying to clean this out. And this is the page with the extra paint from making my paper. It's the blues and the green. I just want to get the rest of the pigment out of the sponge. That way I can kind of blend these colors in a little bit. And then I want to add a little bit of rich espresso. It's a coffee brown metallic color. My old sponge is starting to come apart. I'll cut it down. There we go. I'm trying to get some of this down into some of the crevices. Okay, so now I'm going to let this dry. It doesn't look like much yet. And I have this little die cut from Stampin' Up, and I want to color it as well. I think I will do it with the blue. And my sponge already has some of the rich espresso, so it'll kind of tone it down. Yeah, it'll probably take about 2 coats because this is purple underneath, and I do want to cover that purple color. I don't want that on here. Yeah, I definitely want this color to be changed. So let's dry that real quick. Add a little more of this. Dry it again. And then this also needs a little bit of blue. Put back into it. And in creating this, there is no preconceived idea of how I want it. It's just, as I'm working on it, I'm coming up with the color scheme and design that I want. And a little more of this. Now that kind of blends a little too much, so I need to change up the plan. I have no idea what this is going to look like. I'm just messing around. And so I can see I need to white out some of this area. So, I'm going to do a little stenciling type stuff. See if we can lighten it up. Not too much, but just a little. Clean off my hand. Okay, so I think I like that better. I've not used my gesso in this way before. I just want to lighten up the edges. Still not enough. Just trying to lighten it up some. This piece is still, let me get rid of the color that's in here. Just get a new sponge. Okay. That's a bit lighter. It's still not light enough. So we'll go with white. This color isn't giving me the shade I'm looking for. I'm going to try a little bit of gold. Definitely lighter. The sentiment I have is do all things with love. So I need to cut down the edge. Trim it up. Ink up the edges so that they're all black. need to get a Memento ink refill bottle. They don't sell them individually anymore. Now you have to buy a whole pack of refill, and the refill is for your Memento and for your, what is that? Your Versamark and a couple of other things. Normally I won't glue something together unless I'm really happy with it, but today I'm going to glue it together even though it's not exactly the way I want. And because I am a perfectionist, I will take hours just to make one ATC. And it's not like there's really anything wrong with any of the other ways that I tried to design it. It's just it's not turning out the way I was wanting it. So this time I am going to do something different. This is a bird that I painted with my distress inks. I put the distress ink on an acrylic block and used my paintbrush and water brush to pick it up and paint with it. And so this is cracked pistachio with the faded jeans ink. And I'm going to curl his little feather on his head so it stays within the size of the ATC because it's small or short the way I have it. This I need to cut off. There we go. And let me know what you think of it. I think I will darken up the edges of it with some ink. I like to make my own paper using as many scraps as I can. It makes for very interesting textured paper. Here you go. Let me know what you think of my ATC. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and even share my video with your friends on your channel or on your Facebook page. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you for watching.